Hi, Steve Sleeper here. I'd like to tell stories of my rail fanning adventures using video. So if you watch this whole video, you get the whole story of my latest rail fanning adventure, which is Grand Island, Nebraska, home of the BNSF Flyover of the Union Pacific. Got some great catches. List of them is in the description. Here's the video.
Middle of January, and the wife and I took a railfan trip to Grand Island, Nebraska, home of the BNSF Flyover and Union Pacific. We started by driving up Shady Bend Road, as it has crossings on both the BNSF and the UP, albeit a few miles apart. As we approached the BNSF crossing, I got excited because I thought a train was on its way, but it ended up being a couple SD40 switching tracks, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch them later. So I continued to the UP crossing a few miles north. I've been watching this guy switching in the yard for quite a while. It's a couple of rebuilt SD40s in the lead, and check out the old Chicago Northwestern coal car, and also the Winchester and Western hopper. Then we drove downtown to the flyover and barely made it to catch this manifest with foreign power. And note that we're parked right at the crossing. Then I crossed the tracks and caught a coal train. Seconds later, this came along on the flyover. It's two SD40s shoving some cars. I bet you they're the ones that were switching near the Shady Bend road crossing when we first got to town. How cool is this? Then we called it a day. We stayed at an excellent Motel 6 in Donovan and had the prime rib special at Ozzy's Tavern in Donovan. It was excellent. Highly recommend it. The next morning, we headed back to the flyover, and I think this train might be waiting on an eastbound. So while we waited, I caught some flyover action. So here's that eastbound that I'm thinking our westbound was waiting on. Did you see the foreign power? Our westbound proceeded right away, and I caught some cool old cars. We got a cup of coffee a block north, and I caught this executive scheme. No sooner did I get back, and I caught another executive scheme on the flyover. This is interesting. This guy pulls up and stops, and I hear the dispatcher say, "Oh, shoot." Then the conductor gets out and unhooks the lead locomotives. The locomotives are going to switch tracks and note the foreign power. So he dropped off the Canadian National locomotive, and then he'll switch tracks and hook up to his cut of cars.
I get you a clear up here about 15. Over. I just got Z's back here, like Western Given coming our way. Here we go.
Okay, so the conductor has done his job and hooked up the lead locomotive to the cut of cars. While waiting for him to head out, I caught a loaded coal train heading east on the flyover, and yet another executive scheme. Man, oh man, it's a day for executive schemes. A couple of horn blasts, and he's on his way. Here comes a locomotive with that new paint scheme. I was surprised I only saw 2 locomotives. It was a pretty long train. Not sure exactly what was going on here, but if you have a better idea, leave a comment. To wrap up the weekend, we headed west to Broadwell Avenue. Union Pacific is south, BNSF north on Broadwell. And I caught this tanker and hopper train with foreign power, knocking down the signals. Then we headed north on Broadwell to the BNSF crossing, and I heard on the radio that an eastbound coal train had derailed west of there. The train in the foreground is the head end of that loaded eastbound coal train that supposedly derailed. In the background is an empty westbound coal train, and they had been waiting on the siding.
Hey, just heads up, CAD was trying to hold your lights there at Grand Island. Talk to your chase crew. They're making a quick pit stop in Columbus, and then they'll be heading your way, so I will see where they can catch up to you. I'll give you a holler when we get a little closer.
Between CP-1096 McDonald, line locked, normal, derail restored.
Derail.
Okay. 245 in the clear. Main track 2 and switches between CP-1096 McDonald, line back. B2, correct over. That is correct over, and by chance do you have a CTB number
Anyhow, I turned around to get some drive-by shots. You may have noticed another executive scheme on that westbound.
Alright, Subspectral. Don't believe so. My luck is usually not good with having them around.
I heard the westbound empty coal train was cleared to proceed, so I went to a country crossing to get a better shot of yet another executive scheme locomotive. That makes 4 for the day, by the way.
We don't even know what we're doing.
Oh, there's the deep. I leave you with this drive-by of the disabled eastbound coal train. Leave a comment if you have more info on this. Hey, thanks much for watching the video. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and have a good one. He's going east, so there's the head end.